Could it be? But me, your man, Louis T. Welcome to the 2020 NFL Draft Prospects 101 series, your guide to some of the biggest and hottest names of the 2020 NFL Draft. We're talking quarterbacks, and this is a guy that I thought would have been better served coming out in the draft last year. Now, maybe for developmental purposes, going back to school was the best thing for him, and maybe he made the right decision. Maybe he'll end up in a better situation with a better team, and he is further along in his growth and maturation because of the time spent in 2019 at Oregon. I don't know. We'll see. Only time will tell. But if he had come out last year, he would have probably been the number one overall quarterback in the draft and probably the number one overall pick in the draft. Instead, he comes out a year later, and now he's viewed as the third, possibly fourth, depending on who you talk to, rated quarterback in this draft. Personally, I've got him rated as my fourth quarterback in this draft, and so we'll see where he ends up. Still think he's going to be a first-round pick, possibly a top 10 pick when it's all said and done. But I want to talk about Oregon quarterback Justin Herbert. And as you can see, at 6'6", 237, he's a big fella. And we're going to jump into all of the things he brings to the table. As a matter of fact, let's take a look at those things now as we get into his strengths and what Justin Herbert is able to bring to whomever drafts him in the NFL. So size, obviously, at 6'6", 236, jumps off the screen at you. He's a big kid, man, and this guy has a massive arm. As you see, arm strength is another one of his strengths. Athleticism, he's a sneaky athlete. I think a lot of people aren't really privy to that, but I thought if you watched the Rose Bowl game versus Wisconsin, you saw flat out that this guy is an athlete. 3 rushing touchdowns in this game, including the game winner that you saw leading into this video. So this guy can definitely move. You saw that at the combine as well with the 40 time running a sub 4.7. So this guy is an athlete. Don't get it twisted. He can and will move if need be. Throws with touch. For a guy with a cannon like he has, a lot of times they find it hard to throw the football with touch. I've been screaming that about Cam Newton his entire career. Colin Kaepernick was another one that just a rifle for a right arm, but just couldn't seem to put touch on the football. Well, Justin Herbert actually has feathery, soft touch, and you'll see that in some of the videos that we'll break down here in a second. He throws on the move pretty well for a guy his size to get out of the pocket and throw the football. Strong arm, can put it on the money. You'll see that as well. He's unselfish. The thing I love about Justin Herbert is he's one of these guys that isn't out here looking to compile a bunch of stats. If he has to throw for 171 yards and 1 touchdown, no interceptions for his team to win, he's willing to do that. And so whatever his team needs, as you saw in the Rose Bowl, 3 rushing touchdowns, not a single passing touchdown from Justin Herbert in that game, but 3 rushing touchdowns was the difference in that ball game. He's unselfish. He does what he needs to do to help his team win, and I like that. Mental toughness, I questioned that last year. And even early into this season, his mental toughness, how would he deal with adversity? I wasn't quite sure about that. There were some games this year that kind of changed my mind a bit. You know, on the road at Washington, down double figures for much of that game. He leads his team back. They ultimately come back and win that game. I wanted to see how he would rebound after the tough loss on the road at Arizona State. I did not think he handled that game very well. I thought he was rattled by that moment, but I thought he bounced back. He kept his team in the game. They had a shot late. And then after that, they didn't lose another game, including a massive win in the Pac-12 championship game versus Utah. So he showed me some mental toughness. All right, on the at home versus Washington State, down in that game late. Less than a minute, he gets the football back, takes his team down the field, puts them in field goal range. They ultimately win that football game. I saw some mental toughness from Justin Herbert in 2019. And then deep ball accuracy. Again, for a guy with a strong arm, sometimes they can overthrow their receivers. He'll miss from time to time, but more times than not, you give him an opportunity down the field, and I feel like Justin Herbert's going to connect. So I like his deep ball accuracy. We'll take a look at his weaknesses quickly, and then we'll jump into some of these games. All right, inconsistent accuracy. And when I say that, he usually delivers the football to his target. It's just not in a spot where he can catch it and run after the catch. He's usually got to reach back, or he's got to reach up for the ball, or he's got to go down for the ball. And Sometimes he'll just cut it loose and it'll just go high. These are things that I would like him to clean up, and they're very correctable. Ball placement is probably more accurate of what I should have put down here, but that's more or less what I'm referring to as ball placement. I don't love his ball placement at times, and yes, his accuracy can spray from time to time, but he played in the elementary offense is the next weakness. Look, there were a lot of pro concepts in what he was doing, and I love the way they set up a lot of the things that they did. They loved the pump fake to the flats on the fake wide receiver screen, and then have the tight end or somebody in the slot release up the field, running almost a fade type of wheel route up the sideline, wide open. They do that quite often if you watch them this year. And there were some pro concepts in what they did, but Justin Herbert's completion percentage jumped way up this year because there are a lot of bubbles, a lot of hitches, a lot of quick smoke throws out to the receivers before they, he could even grab the laces of the football. Like a lot of easy throws for him at or behind the line of scrimmage. So I don't love that. I don't love it at all, but it is college football. So I thought he played in a rather elementary offense, even though there were pro concepts in what he was doing. And also, is he an alpha? This is my biggest concern. And I don't know. Everyone may not have this. Is he an alpha? I don't know. Watching him, and I've watched his entire career. This isn't the first time I've been exposed to Justin Herbert. Watched him over the life of his Oregon career, and I'm not sure if I've ever seen this guy truly be the kind of leader. And everyone leads in different ways. But as a quarterback, you don't have a choice to be a leader. As an edge rusher, you do. As a corner, you do. As a running back or receiver, you do. You can just keep quiet to yourself, do your job, and go home. And no one will say anything to you, and you won't be any worse for the wear. As a quarterback, that's not optional. You're crowned as the leader of the team, whether you like it or not. And I think there's something to be said about guys in this league who aren't vocal, who not necessarily are the best leaders. I'm not sure if Justin Herbert is an alpha. If you put him in a locker room full of alpha males, can he get guys to follow him? I'm not sure about that. So that's one of my biggest weaknesses with him. Nonetheless, let's take a look at some games here. We're going to take a look at about 5 or 6 games from 2019, and we're going to start against Auburn in the first game of the season. This was a big one. Not able to get it done in this game, but nonetheless, this is just a prime example of Justin Herbert is a big kid, man. He's huge. And this kind of run right here for the touchdown is an illustration of what he'll be able to do at the next level, man. He's a big guy. Here, not the ideal decision-making here, but I want you to focus less on the mental approach here on this play, but more on the physical on this play. As he's being hit, watch him get hit here as he's delivering the football. He's throwing the ball across the field again. I don't love that, but look where that ball is. 50-50 ball up to your guy. That's a gorgeous throw. That just shows off the physicality, the physical tools, the arm strength, all of that good stuff that I talked about. That's pretty impressive. Here, nice throw on the move from Justin Herbert on this play. Good velo on this pass. Well placed outside away from the defender. And so you get to see a little bit of the arm strength, and you get to see some of the accuracy that I talked about. And you also get to see a little bit of him throwing on the move all in one play. Here on this next play, watch Herbert muscle this ball in there to his receiver despite tight coverage. And again, these are the types of throws that only the strong can attempt. Strong-armed quarterbacks can attempt. That's great coverage. That ball had no business getting in there, but he muscled it in there, did Justin Herbert. And so this is a play here at the end of the game. I'm nitpicking here, but it's 2nd and 7. I'd like him to not take this sack. It's a quick route to the outside. He's looking for his guy right away. It's not there. This is late in the game. You get this first down, you win the football game, throw that away. 3rd and 7 is much better than 3rd and 16. That one hurt his team. They ultimately punted, didn't get the football back until less than 10 seconds, lost the football game. Next game we're going to take a look at is Justin Herbert versus Colorado. All right, and so here, to me, this was his best game. Look at Herbs get freaky on this one with a little bit of pressure, flushes him from the pocket, and watch this rifle shot on the move, 39 yards to his receiver. I mean, can you throw that? That's Aaron Rodgers-esque right there on the button, man. That is gorgeous stuff. To me, this is the game he threw the football in the best. So they decided to rush 3 on this play. You know the rules to the game, all right? So you buy time, and then you yum, eat them up. Yum, eat them up. They want to rush 3. You got to make them pay for that. And so this throw is vicious, flavor delicious, poetic scripture. My goodness. Look at this throw, guys. Are you kidding me? Got to catch the goddamn football. Catch the damn ball. That is a gorgeous throw there. My goodness. Here's another gorgeous throw here from Justin Herbert. This one up the seam for 40 yards, all right, in the air. 40 air yards right here. And this shows off the arm strength, but also the touch. You see that feathery, soft touch? Man, that's drugstore cotton soft right there. Love that from Justin Herbert right there. Here, this is a really nice play design. I talked about them faking the smoke screen to the outside and throwing off of that. And so here, they caught the defense in a really good play for this. They pump fake that up the sideline, and then boom, he's got the tight end there. I really like that tight end to catch the football there. Come on, help your man out here. That was executed flawlessly by Justin Herbert. Too bad his teammate did not cooperate. But here, I'm not going to kill him. They're up big. He had one of his best games that I saw him play. But it's late. It's 38-3. So, I'm not going to kill him. But I really, really want you to hit this one. In the NFL, that's called wide open. I need it. I do. But I'm nitpicking, like I said. I don't want to kill him for that, but I'd really like him to hit that pass. So we move on to the next game that we're going to watch, and this is Washington. And I love this performance from Herbert because you're on the road and you're down big, really, for much of this game. But here, early 3rd and 7, Washington gets aggressive and sends a blitz with man across the board. You get a matchup that you like, that you can take advantage of, and the threat of violence kind of has him spooked on that play. And you got to stand tall and deliver the football there. That can't be incomplete. That would have been a first down. I'd like to see him standing here. So here, this is my like-dislike relationship I have with Justin Herbert. It stems from plays like this one. I like the fact that he was able to buy time on this play. Look at him scramble and create more time for himself on this play and extend versus a 3-man rush. But then this throw afterwards, that's that shit I dislike. What was that? And he's better than that. And he can make that throw. He's got a strong enough arm. And that's the dislike relationship I have with him. This is a first-round cash money throw right here, guys. The threat of violence doesn't deter him like it did earlier in the game. Stands tall, takes his medicine, and delivers the flu because that throw right there, guys, was sick. All right? That's the kind of throw that'll make him a top 10 pick potentially in the draft. 3rd and 10 here. Down 14 on the road in the third quarter. All right? This is the 3rd down play. I got to have it. Herbert delivers and absorbs contact and delivers the football on an impressive out route for 12 yards in the first down. They would later go on to score. That was a big possession in the game. Those are the kind of throws right there that, again, they show you that this guy has the potential at the next level to be a big-time quarterback. This one on the road versus ASU. Big loss here, really knocked them from playoff contention here. You'll see this from Justin Herbert from time to time where he'll just cut it loose and the ball will sail on him. This is a prime example. Guy wide open. I'd like to see him. And that's why you don't trust a guy with 2 first names. You just don't. All right. But nonetheless, very next play. All right. Sparkling delivered by Herbert. And this is what I'm talking about. You get one play where he airmails it 5 yards over his guy's head, and then the next play he does that. And that's the like-dislike relationship I have with Justin Herbert right there. This next play, though, here, is one of those plays where I'm like, come on, Justin, man. This is why I don't trust you. This is why you got 2 first names and I don't trust you. Nah, bruh. All right. This ain't the move right here. All right. Terrible decision, horrific throw, and the result is an interception. You want to know why they lose this game? It's because of decisions like this, where you put the other team in prime position to score points with a decision that you make here. This isn't the move right here. You roll out to the right. And your guy's not open. Right there, he sees his guy isn't open. He's squatting on the route. Why would you throw that? I don't understand. If any time you needed to airmail it 5 yards over everybody's head, that would be the time. And then the very next clip you're going to look at, another poor decision by Justin Herbert here. Poor read by Herbs. Wide open Verdell in the flats, and he forces it to his outside receiver who gets displaced, and it's his 2nd interception of the game. So Here, look at the guy on it. His running back, first of all, is wide open in the flats. That's where he should have gone. It's a low snap. I get that. I understand that low snap kind of had him a little disheveled, maybe sped up his internal clock. But you got Verdell, your running back, out in the flats wide open. Get it to him. Get a first down. Instead, he tried. And look, that's pass interference. But they didn't call it. And even if he crosses that guy's face, like he probably should have on that play, the best you're going to come up with is potentially a 5-yard gain. Like, there was not a lot to be gained by that throw. I didn't like the decision there to make that throw, and I thought it was a bad decision by Justin Herbert. Here, this is a nice back shoulder fade, precise ball location by Herbs on this throw. And again, it's these types of throws that make you think to yourself, man, this guy has the tools, man. He's got the weaponry necessary to be a big-time quarterback at the next level. Now here, it's a game check, all right? 2:23 and counting remaining on the clock. 1st and 10 from the ASU 17 in a 31-21 game, all right? So Oregon has 2 timeouts remaining. I know it's been a rough night for Justin Herbert. Threw 2 picks, should have been 4, but you've got a chance. Don't miss this throw. Come on. We don't know what happens here. You complete that. Worst case scenario, he gets tackled at the 2 or the 3. Clock stops because it's a first down. Don't miss that throw. This is the very next play, okay? And this is more of my like-dislike relationship with Justin Herbert right here. Really like that he extends the play here, gets to the outside, away from the rush. But you just can't miss this one. You're wasting precious, valuable time. Your guy is wide open in the end zone. You're going to get another look at this, and you're going to see just how wide open this guy was in the back of the end zone. You cannot miss this throw. You just can't. Look at Herbs outside the pocket. Beautiful extension of the play. Look at this guy, how wide open he is. Come on, Justin. Don't take him out of bounds with the throw. Put it on him. It's a terrible throw there. So that's my like-dislike with him. Love that he got out of the pocket. I can't stand the fact that he wasn't able to make that completion. They did later go on and score a touchdown on that possession, but they ultimately lose the game anyhow. Here, against Utah in the Pac-12 championship game, I thought that this was a big win for Oregon. Got them into the Rose Bowl here. Nice roll to reset his feet and then accurately throw down the field. 41 air yards on this play. And again, another example of the gun that he has, the ability to reset his feet quickly and then flick the wrist and throw it 41 yards. This is gorgeous. You're going to get another look at it here. You see him get outside the pocket. Watch him reset his feet. He wanted to throw underneath. Then he realizes, I got a bigger shot here down the field. Resets his feet, flicks the wrist. Gorgeous throw. Here, you've got 3 options on this play. All right. You either, number 1, get out of there by scrambling. Number 2, you either throw this one away sooner. Or number 3, you eat it and take the sack. What you don't do here is what he did, which was option D on this play, which was throw it up for grabs. What if a guy was just sitting out in the flats with nothing to do? You throw that thing up and he just walks, catches that one and takes it the other way. That's a bad decision. And on top of things, you get an intentional grounding. Might as well have just taken a sack. Here, the defense is handing out free food, man. You know the rules to the game. Herbs, they're handing out free food. What do you do with that? Of course, you got to eat. All right, they give you that. You cannot miss. He didn't. Big throw, big play, touchdown. Love it. They're giving free food out. You got to eat. He did. Here, back-to-back plays we're going to take a look at. And these are no-nos in the red zone, okay? Should have been picked off on this second one. But the first one, he's backing up. Look, you don't like what you see. Throw this thing. The end zone is, this is the one part of the field where they allow you to do stupid stuff with the ball. Throw that thing out of the back of the end zone. No penalty for that, man. That one could have been picked off. This one should have been picked off. All right. He got nice pocket, enough time to get rid of the football. What are you doing here, guy? That should have been picked off. That wasn't smart. You're up 17-0. You got these guys right where you want them. Don't give them any momentum. That was not a smart throw. He's lucky that he got away with that one. But at the end of the day, there's a lot to like with Justin Herbert, man. I think this guy has real potential at the next level. And it's going to really come down to where he ends up, the coaching that he gets, and what kind of environment he's in. Because, again, I question his leadership skills. Not to say that he can't lead. I just don't know if he's an alpha. You know what is crazy? I compare him to a guy, and my comp for him at the next level is a guy that played in Oregon, coincidentally enough. Marcus Mariota is my comp for him. Both had really sparkling careers at Oregon. Both had the same question for me. I can't speak for anybody else out there, but my question for both of these guys coming into the league, biggest question was, are you an alpha? We found out with Marcus Mariota, not really much of an alpha. Guys really liked him. All right, so it wasn't a big deal, but not the kind of leader that you're really looking for at the quarterback position. I have the same questions and potential doubts with Justin Herbert. A little bit bigger, same kind of arm strength, same kind of mobility, although Mariota a little bit better of an athlete, but Herbert's 6'6", 240 frame, running the way that he does kind of makes it comparable to what Mariota is able to do at, 6'4", 225 pounds or so. So in any event, these guys are very similar in the way they approach the game. They come from similar backgrounds in terms of their college play and the offense that they were in. At the end of the day, both of these guys, uber talented, and it just matters where you end up, who you end up with, and how you're coached. And for Justin Herbert, hopefully ends up in a situation where there are other leaders in the locker room. He doesn't maybe have to be as vocal a leader, and guys are willing to follow him by his play on the field, and hopefully his play speaks for itself. We'll see what happens with him. But at the end of the day, right now, I've got Herbert as my number 4 quarterback in this draft, and I've got a late first to early second round grade on him. Honestly speaking, he's going to go in the top 10, I think. I think you're going to see 3 quarterbacks go in the top 10 of this draft, and I think he's going to be the third one off the board. And so at the end of the day, Justin Herbert, despite what you may think about him, he's going top 10. And we'll see what happens and where he ends up, whether it's Miami or it's Los Angeles with the Chargers or Carolina with the Panthers. It'll be interesting to see where he ends up. But one thing's for sure, this guy does have talent. So that's going to do it for me, your man, Louis T. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the Louis T Network for more great content. Also, make sure that you support this series, Draft Prospects 101. And also, check me out on Thursdays leading up to the draft, as we'll be breaking down a position every single week. This week, we're talking running back. So make sure you join me on Thursday night, 9 p.m. for Draft 101 Live. Until then, I'm your man, Louis T, signing off. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.
Louis T Network.